So I'm going to show you today how to make a multiplicity photo similar to this one right here, where you can have multiple objects or multiple people interacting in the same space within your photo. It's so simple to do, and we are going to be using Photoshop Mix in order to do this assignment. All right, so I'm going to show you how to create that image there, and it's very simple to do, and we are going to add a new image. So we're going to start a new project with an image right here. I'm going to go to my background image. I would think I'm going to start with this one as my base layer because it has me in the background, kind of the furthest in the background for this multiplicity. So I'm going to go to add an additional image or add a layer. I'm going to pick this one right here. And then I am going to go to add one more layer with me on the other side. Perfect. Now, my Coke bottle is backwards. We can do that later. Once we get all these images put together, then we can go ahead and flip this image over so that this is the correct way and the correct spelling of our Coke bottle. So basically what you want to do, and this is a really simple assignment, really the creativity for this assignment comes into what you photograph and how you choose to have all your objects interacting with each other. Because all I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go to Cutout, I'm going to go to Smart, I am going to add this part of me actually eating the chips here. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Smart function because it's smart. I might get, I want to get all of me in there. I want to get, all of my finger in there. I got a little bit of the background of the bottle. Now I can go ahead and select the bottle. That's fine. That's not a problem. But what I want to do is I want to get rid of some of the stuff that's in the background. So if I go to Subtract, and that's doing a pretty good job right there for me of getting rid of some of that stuff in between my fingers. So that I'm looking at nothing but me, the fingers, and the bottle, and I'll get rid of that little part up there. If I erase part of the bottle, not a big deal. I have another bottle there, and all my pictures actually have this bottle in there, all right? So now when I go ahead and hit OK, well, hey, look at what happened. It looks pretty okay. I have my two images sort of interacting with each other, but now I need that third layer to show up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit layer number 2 right now. I'm going to go to my cutout. I'm going to add this cutout or this part of me to the picture. I want to make sure that I get my hands. I want to make sure I get that hand. I want to make sure I get those fingers back there. Again, what I want to do is go back to Subtract, and I want to try to get as much of the background out of there because I know I have another layer of me back there. So there we go. I added that back in. I can zoom back to the regular size here. I want to add the rest of me in here. Boom. Hit the check mark, and boom. I almost have a completed multiplicity. I have all three of me showing up. It doesn't look like anything is really, obstructing myself within the picture. What you may notice is that, there's a little bit of stuff, there's a little bit of stuff showing up. Like this area behind my ear and above my head over here is a little lighter, all right? So if I go to click on that layer, I go to Adjustments, and I go to Exposure, and I make that a little bit darker, and I hit my check mark. Well, now that actually blends in a little bit better. In fact, it might even be a little bit too dark. So I can kind of make my adjustments so that it doesn't look like, anything is darker or lighter than it needs to be. There's a little part of my head up here, that appears to be a little bit lighter. So I can do a number of different things. I can just go back up to here, go back up to Cutout, I could go to Basic, I could go to Erase, and I can go ahead and erase some of that stuff that might be showing up around me so that, again, when I hit the check mark, and I'm done with that, there we go. And we can get back to the original size. Oops. So here's one thing, a good thing that happened. Hey, look at that little version of me right there. Well, that's not supposed to happen. I'm going ahead and hitting the back marker there. If you choose one of your selections, when the box appears and you use 2 fingers to zoom in on an area, you're actually going to make that part of your selection bigger or smaller. So you don't really want to do that within this assignment. Just like your levitation photo, difficulty factor will play into your grade for this. And also, just like the levitation photos, have some fun with this. You are going to, have multiple versions of yourself, multiple versions of a friend, multiple versions of an object of, around the room. You could have 10 dogs all sitting in your living room and they're the same dog if you want to choose to go the pet route with your subject. So again, I'm choosing me. The reason why I think this is next level multiplicity is because I'm actually interacting with the same object. I think that's pretty cool. I'm touching the Coke bottle in one picture. I have my hand wrapped around the Coke bottle in the second picture. So when you're done with this and you want to be able to flip this around, if you hit your layer, that just gets rid of your layers. So what we want to do in order to save this is I'm going to go to my camera roll and I'm going to save this, and this will naturally flatten my object. So when I hit OK, and now I go to my camera roll, here's another multiplicity that I did. So when I go to this particular image here that is now done, what I want to do is I want to flip this. So if I go to Edit and I go to my cropping tool and then I choose to flip this the other way, well, hey, that looks better, all right? So that's done. My Coke bottle is spelled correctly, and that's an easy way that you can flip your image to complete your multiplicity, all right? So again, the more things you have repeating, the better off it's going to be. Remember, you want to photograph this all at the same time. Use your selfie mode, use your timer, so that you can really make sure that you're seeing what you need to see. And then also, you have everything in the same lighting. Don't attempt to do this where you're taking some of your pictures outside, some of your pictures inside. It's never gonna work and it's never gonna look good. So make sure you're taking all your pictures within the same moments. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed that, and we'll see you on the other side.